Hi guys, my name is Marquisha Brantley, and today I will be talking to you about cohabitation before marriage. Everyone's goal is to be married just once, would you agree? We all want that forever type of love, don't we? I know we did, I know I did, and I still do. Anyone in the room tonight that is recently engaged? Do you guys recently cohabitate? Marriage couples, did you guys cohabitate before marriage? Do you guys know of anybody that cohabitated and didn't get married? So, today I will be discussing why I feel like unmarried couples living together is a great thing. Unmarried couples living together in today's society, that is considered the new norm. Cohabitating before marriage can serve as a reassurance for you and your partner. I feel like study shows that 40% of couples will prefer to actually cohabitate before marriage. Now, whenever speaking in reference to this topic, I feel like you have to have some type of personal experience or you have to have some type of knowledge in that subject to be able to kind of discuss it. I have personal experience with this topic because I myself was married but recently divorced. It did not work out. Sorry to hear that. Not sorry to hear that. But I feel like that my marriage would have worked out if I would have cohabitated before marriage. I actually married my high school sweetheart. We were high school sweethearts, but then we broke up, then we got back together, and then we ran back into each other. So when we ran back into each other, we just got married right away. So we really didn't have that opportunity to actually cohabitate to kind of see what it was that was best for us. So, throughout this speech, I will talk about unmarried couples and advise how cohabitating before marriage can strengthen the relationship, lower the chances of divorce, and I will also talk about the disadvantages as well as the advantages of cohabitation before marriage. So, you think you know someone, but in reality, you don't. You This is why I believe that it is important for unmarried couples to cohabitate before marriage. These are the reasons why. As I stated earlier, it strengthens your marriage. It also lowers the divorce rate, as well as there's different advantages as well as disadvantages of cohabitation before marriage. So the strengths are um, cohabitating before marriage is you actually get to know the person. I know there's a lot of times where you feel like you may know that person, but in reality you don't. But when you move in with that person, you notice, hey, that person really doesn't like to wake up in the morning, or that person is really not a night person, or that person sleeps with the air, and I really don't like the air. So those are some of the things that you will find out when you actually move in with someone. Also, sometimes the additional rules aren't needed whenever you actually cohabitate with your spouse. When you're in a relationship and you're dating, there's probably different rules like, hey, just make sure you're in the house by a certain time, or just try to make sure you call me certain times a day, so forth like that. But when you're actually cohabitating with your partner, those rules may no longer be required. So you may be a little bit more lax to those rules, which actually builds trust. Okay, and also because you are lax to those rules, it actually builds more trust between you guys because it shows the other person that, okay, I trust you, so I no longer need those rules that I had first beginning and implemented in the beginning of our relationship. Okay, so some of the weaknesses or some of the strengths of the relationship, as I spoke about earlier, was it lowers the divorce rate, as well as another thing, it actually saves money. So, whenever you're actually living with your spouse, you have less bills. So because you have less bills, because there's only one bill opposed to two, now you have free income to do whatever it is that you may have wanted to do before, that you could not have done before. Okay, so while I've outlined many of ways cohabitation allows for a stronger relationship, it also can actually damper your relationship as well. When I say that is you may actually find out that your spouse has habits that you may not known before, like drug use or maybe eating habits or pornographic abuse or anything like that that you were not aware of before because you did not live in the home with them. Okay, so I feel those are the reasons, strengths as well as weaknesses, as to why cohabitation before marriage is very important. Also, as I stated earlier, it's good and bad. It can let you know whether or not you feel like the relationship is going to go the way it needs to be, or whether or not you guys are just going to call it quits. So again, my name is Marquisha Brantley, and that is my speech in regards to cohabitation before marriage and why it should exist.